The other major story out of the US has been the Cybertruck explosion outside the Trump Hotel in Vegas. The New York Post, just as we were coming on air, is reporting that the soldier who shot himself in the head just before his Cybertruck exploded outside the hotel had broken up with his wife 6 days prior. But that still doesn't explain why he would then choose to take his own life inside a Tesla outside the Trump Hotel. The whole thing just gets more and more strange, doesn't it?
It really is strange. This is a developing story, but it is clear that there is more than meets the eye to what's happening here. As you mentioned earlier in the previous segment about how those connections between this one and the New Orleans thing just seem too close for comfort, even though the official word is they weren't connected. The connections are many. Also, the fact that he was a Green Beret. This is one of the most elite divisions of the Special Forces in the United States Army. And so I wonder, what his objective was, because the mission failure rate for that division is pretty close to zero. Was his objective to actually take out a large number of civilians? Thankfully, that did not happen. Or was his objective more symbolic? It was a Tesla in front of a Trump hotel. I don't know. I don't want to read too much into it. But the whole thing just doesn't make sense why somebody of that stature and that caliber would be activated in this way or turned in this way. And then the way the mission was scoped and carried out also doesn't make sense on top of a whole host of other things. So hopefully we learn more soon. Back to the earlier topic with the FBI helping figure this out. In addition to the military, there is institutional failure at every level. So I'm not getting my hopes up that we're going to get lots of clarity soon, but the American people are demanding it. So hopefully something changes.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, of course, he was in a Tesla owned by Elon Musk. Let's talk about Musk for a moment. He played a major part in Donald Trump's election campaign, and he's starting to shape up as a major player in the new administration as well. But help me understand the relationship between Trump and Musk, because it's reported that Musk has actually moved into Mar-a-Lago.
Yes. Now, Mar-a-Lago, of course, is a resort and a membership club, and it has something like 126 guest rooms that members can book out, and he's decided to camp out there. He seems to be having the time of his life, joining all sorts of meetings with high-profile people, domestic and foreign. In terms of the relationship, it's new. Clearly, he did play a pivotal role in the election, specifically Pennsylvania, which was the keystone to the whole victory. And I would just look at it as, these are two people that are different yet similar in terms of their success. They're the two most powerful men in the world, if not, up there among very powerful people in the business world as well as politics. And they found common cause where they just want to make America great again. And they're aspirational people, whether it be to unleash peace and prosperity in a new golden era, or in Musk's case, he's talked about going to Mars, and he genuinely believes that America will be able to do that in his lifetime. Whatever the reasons are, I think they're in this for that aspirational goal of making the country great again.
It's a really interesting relationship. I mean, Trump is accused of wanting to be a dictator, and he's a narcissist, but typically those sort of people can't stand anyone else in the room who, is approaching their stature. So for the two big guns to both be able to work together actually says good things about them, I think. Anyway, we'll see how that relationship develops. Kosha Gada, thanks for joining me. Appreciate your time.